Okay, I believe I'm live. Give it a moment here. I just sent out a notification on X, and I don't know if I did that on YouTube yet, but just gonna give it a minute here. A couple people are already in. Amplifier, BTC, welcome. Thank you for joining. Slothman, thank you for joining. Dave Hall, D-Pin lovers, yes, welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm not going to be touching too much on D-Pin today. I'm going to be focusing a lot on Solana, Play Solana, the PSG1, which is the new device that they received. I'm going to be talking about my Seeker phone, some of the issues that I had, and there's also been some fixes through the community. Quite a few people have actually reached out to me on X, and I know I'm not the only one experiencing issues with their Seeker phone. So I'm going to go over some of the fixes that some people have DM'd me. Some people have retweeted me on these as well. And I think it might be helpful for you if you're having some problems with that. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing, as well as I'm going to look at some dApps. So I'm going to be looking at some of the dApps that I use, that I recommend. There's quite a few that require you to have some money put into it, but not all of them. Some of them are just free games or just free dApps to just do different things. So we'll look at those. And I've been staking with Solana as well. I'll just quickly review some of the mechanisms that I'm using for staking. And what else? Yeah, and I guess I'll be taking some questions. If there's any questions that you might have related to your Seeker phone, I'm no expert at all, but I do have some experience. I've been using it since I received it a few months ago. There's been more cons than pros right now, but I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful that things will turn around. So just give it a minute here. I'm going to put out another notification, and then we'll get started. If you don't mind bearing with me. So if you've been to my channel before, you know live streams is not my thing. But I'm gonna just bear with me. How about that? And hopefully I don't make you cry. All right, it's not letting me do that. Okay, all right. So going to be opening up the Play Solana box. So why don't we get to that? We'll get started right away. And I'll add this on the screen right over here. So here it is. I received it about 4 or 5 days ago. Now, there's an issue with a lot of people that were waiting for their boxes, their Play Solana PSG1s. I believe there's some sort of regulatory thing that changed the way packages are shipped, and there was an issue with the battery that's included with it. So they had to disclose that, and I believe they had to get some paperwork done, and then a huge batch of these went out. I'm one of the people that just recently received it, so you might already received yours, and if you did, let me know in the comments what game you're using, because I'd be very interested to see what you're using over here. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. I have zero experience with Play Solana. All right. We'll just open this one up. Okay, no foil bags. That's what the Seeker phone came in, as a foil bag. So this doesn't look like contraband, which is good. That's that box. Okay. There we go. All right, so this is vacuum sealed. Pretty sure you guys can see this. Yeah, there's a tear on the side. Tear that open. There we go. All right. Pop this bad boy open. There it is. Okay, go over there. All right. We'll open that up. Is there any stickers on here holding it together? Nope. Word up, Kevin K. I see you. Thanks for joining, bud. Are you kidding me? Okay, so my box is a little bit damaged. It's there we go. All right. There we go. All right, there it is. Here we have it. Let's see if you can see that. So this is the Play Solana. It's actually a little bit bigger than I was expecting. Which is not a bad thing because the screen's actually a decent size. All right, so I'm gonna move the mic over here. All right, so we have the screen over here at the front. Got the up, down arrows, the X, Y, A, B buttons. Select start, and we have some of these D-pads. And let's see over here at the bottom. So this is going to be USB-C. Looks like it's charging by USB-C. Now, there doesn't seem like there's a removable battery with this. It looks like it's built in. So I was kind of hoping for a battery that's removable, but no biggie. We have a biometric reader over here on the back, which is going to be more than likely the finger scanner. Stone photography, same design as a cheap Chinese emulator. Yeah, actually, I picked up one of those for my son. This does look a lot like it. However, I think it's called the RS something, which is like a Nintendo emulator. This is definitely bigger than that. The screen also seems a little bit larger. We'll go ahead and power it on if there's any battery in here. Yep, there's battery. And I'll let that boot up. While it's booting up, let's just take a look at what else we have here. Okay, so we got the quick get started guide. Don't really need that. And USB-C cable, no power brick. So it comes with the cable, branded cable. You can see how we're going to do this. So it's a branded cable, it has a little Solana logo on it. Cool. All right, yeah, the screen is very bright too, so that's nice. I'm not going to set this up right now. That's going to be a boring thing to do. But anyways, this is the device right now. If you already have a Play Solana device, can you recommend some games that I can try installing? Because I will be testing this out over the next week or so, and I'll probably do a follow-up on it, and then rate it. Basically, similar to what I'm doing with the Seeker phone. All right. Did I get any airdrops yet? So I did get the Play Solana airdrop because I was doing a lot of the quests online. My drop was, I think it's about 25,000 of the Play token. There's a lot of mysterious things that happened during the TGE event. The first thing, I didn't like that they held back 30% if you wanted to claim that, because that wasn't stated before. And then it appears that somebody had access to the token before anybody else did. And of course, the token dropped dramatically. When I actually woke up and I saw my accumulation and I put it through, my 25,000 Play tokens were worth about $120, $130. I sold those off. I took my profit because the cost of the device was about $199. So that's pretty close to breaking even for me. And then what I did is after the token dropped, and if you take a look at it right now, it's less than a penny. It's really less than a penny. It's 0.003 right now. And I picked some up. And I picked some up almost at the same amount. So I think I picked up about 20,000 of the play tokens. And I'm just going to hold it because there is some value in staking the play token, especially when you're part of the ecosystem. So I'm going to be looking at staking that as well. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the Seeker videos. Now, Stone Photography, I don't know if you have a Seeker phone, but did you run into any issues with your categories not filling up? Because I'll be talking about that in a little bit. Last week, I had some weird issues, and I'll review that and give some possible solutions as well. Okay, so that is the play Solana. Maybe I'll just leave it on the screen for a little bit if anyone wants to take a look at it and see what came with it. Or maybe not. Let me know if that's dumb, because I can just take that off the screen. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get into the nitty gritty of play Solana. Sorry, of the Seeker phone. So the Seeker phone I have over here, and I think I can pull it up on the screen so you guys can take a look at that. Let me see if I can add it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to go into my wallet. We'll get right into Seeker phones right now. I'm going to pull off that. And I hope you guys can see my phone. Okay. It's a little bit, I don't like the way they cropped it over here. I can't change that. Techman Ty, welcome. Yes, it does look like a lot like a Game Boy. Okay. So yesterday I had done some activities on my phone, and my wallet wasn't populating, at least the categories wasn't. And it hadn't for a couple of days. And then dramatically today, let's go into here. All of a sudden, the first one completed. The second one is about 75% full, and dApp usage is almost halfway. So we're about 3 days in. That's actually not bad at all. It wasn't showing this before. So yesterday I was wondering what's happening. Today it automatically filled. So it seems like there is a little bit of a delay when you're trying to use your Seeker phone and get these categories filled out. It was only supposed to be a couple hours. At least the documentation says it's only supposed to be a couple hours, but that doesn't seem to be true. The app that I was using to monitor how much usage I'm actually getting is what I was being asked a lot about. And that app is not a dApp in the Seeker phone, or not a dApp in the Play Store, sorry, the Seeker store. You have to get it from the Google Play Store. And it's called App Dilemma. So App Dilemma is now the app I'm using to track what I'm actually doing with my Seeker phone and my dApp usage. So it lets me know the most apps that are used listed here. So I said apps, not dApps, because it's going to actually list everything that you've used. And it's also going to let you know the total amount of time up here at the top. So yesterday I used it for 1 hour and 35 minutes. And then you can see that I used the Cudis app quite a bit. That was almost more than a half hour. I was on X, and then you can see I was in the dApp store for almost 20 minutes, and I was in my wallet for 12 minutes. So what I'm trying to do is find out how long does my actual app usage take to update inside my wallet. So that's a useful dApp if you want to track your usage. What I want to do is I want to also log more of this and try to get a hold of somebody on the team, because it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of feedback coming from them. Based on my videos and my videos alone, and also on my tweets, I know I'm not the only person having this issue. So I'm trying to amplify it as much as possible, because I am a fan of the phone. I really like the device. I want to like it more, But things like this is really rubbing me the wrong way. What do we have over here? Just hit level 4. Congratulations, I'm only on 3. The second one for me. Yeah, still having issues with in the store. Yeah, in the store just seems to be pretty tricky to complete, which is going to be this middle one over here. Although I'm surprised that it filled out over here pretty quickly, at least this week. Last week, I was tracking how many dApps I had to use, and I installed 22 dApps, and I reviewed 20 apps as well, just for me to get in there. And if you want to know what level I'm at right now, I'm at level 3 right now. Level 3 for the last 30 days. No, it doesn't have any SD slots at all, unfortunately. There's a USB-C drive. Oh, sorry, there's a USB-C port. So maybe you can use it as an expandable port if you're a little bit savvy. I'm pretty sure that might be possible. Tried uninstalling and then, yeah, I've been doing that. Okay, so if you just take a look at my home screen, you can just see how many dApps I have installed, which is quite a few. And I've uninstalled quite a few as well. And they're grouped, right? They're grouped too. Okay, so what I can do right now is I can just go over some of the dApps I'm using right now that I find have been pretty useful. Some are free, and some have a little bit of SOL that's required. One of those is going to be Crypto Fantasy League. Where is that? CFL. So I have a lot of fun with this game. What you're doing with it is you're basically going to be selecting refund transaction. What happened here? Okay. Anyways, we'll go back into the home screen so you can see it. Wow. Yep, so here's the home screen. So what you're doing with this dApp is you are going to be picking a team, and a team is going to be a bunch of different cryptos, up to 5. And they're going to compete with other people and their portfolio. And there will be a set time where it starts, and then there's a live graph. And it's a live graph of the price action for your team versus their team, and the best team wins. So there is betting involved with this one. And whatever SOL you put in, you get a percentage of that back plus whatever the other person put in. And obviously, it looks like the house takes them as well. So it's fun. It's a competitive game. It gets addictive. So watch out for that. Another dApp that I use pretty often is Cudis. Now, I have a Cudis ring right over here. You can see it on my hand. So the Cudis ring is great if you have this dApp, because that's exactly what it's designed for. However, you do not need to have the ring to use the dApp. So you can use this dApp for free, and you can use the sensors in the phone itself to track your walking. I think that's all it can track is your walking. So it's like a pedometer built in. So you can track your walking. You're not going to be able to do your heart rate, your stress levels, and your vitals and all that other stuff. But it does allow you to accumulate points. And these points also get converted to the token. There's also airdrops. We're in season 2 right now. So there's airdrops, not just to Seeker users, but all users that use it. So for everything that I'm talking about, I'm going to be linking down in the description below. All the apps that I'm frequently using are listed down there as well. This one will work towards your app time usage category, and it's free. So lots of pluses with that one. Okay, next up, we'll talk about one that pays you rather than you paying it. So this is a DPIN dApp. It's called 375 Go. I've talked about this one before. This one is in the dApp store. And what it does is it tracks your location. So it just booted me out there. I'm not going to sign in on air. But what it does is it tracks your location and the signals of services around you. And it also tracks the signal strength of services around you. So as long as you're comfortable with that, you let this run in the background, and it'll track it all around, and it reports back to the network, and it logs it. And for that, you get rewarded. So there's epochs that happen every 2 weeks, I want to say. And based on the amount that you have provided to the network, you'll be rewarded with their token. And their token is called EAT. And what you can do is you can claim that token at the end of each one, and then you can trade it for USDC or whatever you want to do with it. You can hold it because we're in somewhat of a bear market right now. But lots of potential. This is a great app that actually will pay you rather than you paying it. So that's one of the top selected ones that I have as well. That's linked down below. And while we're in deep in dApps, I'll open up another one. Now this one is called Grass. And Grass, I haven't actually used it a whole lot. So I don't have a lot of experience with it. And maybe if you have, you can go ahead and let me know in the comments below. This is another one that you earn points with that you could potentially earn. Now, Grass isn't exclusive to the Seeker phone. You can install this on other phones, including iPhones, and you can also install this on a PC. And what this is it's monitoring bandwidth. Again, you have to be comfortable with that. And I believe it's, sorry about that. And I believe it's also monitoring usage, but not specific usage. Again, I haven't used it too much, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But it's worth looking into, and I've linked that down below. And I'm going to go into another one that's free. It was fun when I first started using it, and now it's a little bit tiring. That's LootGo. LootGo works again towards your app time. I believe there's also transactions involved. So your wallet usage will also get some transactions, which you need to accumulate to fill up that category. Looks like I have a box that I can open. So I'll go ahead and open that. And you have to watch an ad. I'm not going to watch the ad. Okay, so obviously I haven't used it. I was on this for a while, almost every day for a few weeks. It's been fun. So what you're doing is you're roaming around and you're able to collect little treasure boxes that are all over the place. You can see this question mark one that's right over here. I'm too far away from it, but you can tap on it. You can open it up, and then what you'll get is rewarded. And the rewards are listed in your portfolio right over here. So these are all the ones that I've accumulated over time. There's claimable ones over here. Yeah. So it's a free app. I'm looking at these because a lot of people were complaining about dApps that you constantly have to feed Solana to and your Sol to. And it should be more about just interacting with the ecosystem, not a cash grab. And I feel like a lot of people are somewhat taking advantage of it. And I just want to at least show some other opportunities. I feel the same way too. It seems like every dApp that you install is asking something for you when you've already spent quite a bit on the phone itself, and then they're asking you to spend more. It feels a little bit sleazy. Not a big fan of that. So I just wanted to give some free options. One other one that I can show you. Now this one is interesting because the cost was supposed to go down, and it's called SolMail. SolMail allows you to send mail on the Solana blockchain to other Sol addresses. So you can only send it to other people that are in the Solana ecosystem. So it is limited that way. You can't just send somebody an email that's on like Gmail or something else. So it's a unique like that. You can also send payment requests and receive payment requests with this. And with this dApp, with your usage, you will get rewarded in the mail token. So the mail token's already been live. The mail token's been live since I believe last year. So that's just a little bit of value add to it. However, the last time that I tested this out, a message would cost $2 to send. And if you're like me and you send a lot of emails, that's going to get very expensive very quickly. So I wasn't a fan of that. When I reached out to the team, they said that they're going to be changing some things on the back end and reducing the cost. I tested this out last week. That has not been changed. I checked it on the weekend and it hasn't changed yet. So I'm looking forward to the updates. When they do make the change and they make the cost of sending a message significantly lower, it should be like fractions of a cent, in my opinion. Then it'd be worth using. But I'm just putting it out there so you guys can check it out. And another one that I use quite a bit, which I'm not proud of, is Or Supply. There we go. There's no other way of putting it. This is a gambling app. This is basically like roulette. There's different strategies that you can check out online on how to use this. I'm not going to go too far into it. I don't want to waste your time with it. But basically, you have this grid. It's a 5x5 grid. And you're going to be selecting spaces all over the grid. And as you can see, the timer just ran out. And one of them is going to be the lucky block that wins. So they're going to win a pool amount of the Solana over there, as well as a portion of that mother load. And it gets paid out immediately to your wallet and around lasts a minute. So every single minute, there is a new one that's coming up. So if you find that fun, you can go ahead and try that out. Yeah. And the last one that I'm going to talk about right now is Here, because Here just came into the dApp store. This is a social media app. It looks a lot like Instagram, or at least how Instagram used to look like. And you can post photos. Now, you're actually minting the photos when you post them. And there is a fee associated with it. There's a fee associated with it, and as well as you're creating a token at the same time. So you can see over here that the first one I'm looking at, there is a CFL ticker at the bottom. Shoot. There's a CFL ticker at the bottom, and you can actually tap on it and you can like it, and you can see that there's a transaction cost. The transaction cost is very little, but what you'll be doing is you'll be investing in that token, and the creator is going to get a piece of that as well. So that's interesting. It's an interesting take on social media, and it really makes you think before you post. There's a lot of people who just post photos after photos after photos, and it's kind of like mindless posting. In here, if you're going to post something, you definitely want to be sure of it, because there's costs associated with it, as well as people can buy into it and you can earn from hosting. So it's a different take on social media. Thought it was very interesting. This one just launched in the dApp store, so you can go ahead and check that out. Just going to pause for a moment here because I know there were some comments. And see what we have. Wireless charging is great. Yeah, so my wireless charging, that's actually how I charge my phone, is through wireless charging most of the time. Okay, Lulo. Yep, Lulo is a good way to waste time with your phone if you're trying to get up your dApp usage. Wallet Connect here. Okay, so I had the same problem with that, with the 375 Go app in my Seeker phone. I signed in with an email address, so I linked them both together. And when I sign in with an email address or a Gmail account, it worked. It didn't work with just the wallet. So if you're experiencing that same problem, maybe give that a shot. Mr. Automatic Beats, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you, bud. Grass has been here. Okay, good. You've been using Grass. So like this, I recently just installed Grass on this phone. I haven't actually used it very much, so I don't have any experience with it. I know it's been around for a while, and a lot of people have had some positive feedback from it. So looking forward to it. To $1,000. I think we're closer to 100 than we are to 1,000 right now. Held the Grass NFT at airdrop. They gave me, wow, not bad, $500. Did you have more than one NFT? That's probably another question to ask there. Oh wow, Ini 9106. Thank you for joining. Bro is Alpha King. I hope you're enjoying this. Thank you very much, bud. been doing with 25 slots. So you're basically, is this for ore? Are you putting it on everything? And do you even net positive at the end of that? We'll see. I've been doing 17 and I've been putting 0.0013 SOL per round, and I do about 5 rounds. Sometimes I'm breaking even, sometimes I manage to profit a little bit. And more often than not, I'm losing. Okay. I'll go into staking, because staking is something else that I'm doing. Not just with my Seeker phone, but I'm also doing it with a few other mechanisms. So I guess I'll pull my phone off for now. There we go. So for staking, I'm doing it a few different ways, and I'm going to see if I can pop it up on the screen. So obviously the first way of staking is I'm using the Seeker phone, and there's a mechanism in the wallet. Geez, I might as well just show you. All right, so in my wallet, I made a video on this, so if you're not familiar with staking, you can check it out in the channel. But if you go into your wallet, you have the staking option down here at the bottom. I'm going to select that. And the first one is my Solana mobile validator. So that's the mobile validator node that I selected when I was staking it. You get multiple options. This is the one that I selected because if there is an airdrop, I believe when staking to the the Solana mobile validator, there is some benefit. And if there's an airdrop, I want to maximize it. So I'm staking towards that one. The APY on this one was about 6%. That's dynamic. It's been changing. I believe it's still around 6% right now. The other ones that I'm going to show you are very active. Why don't I show you one of them right now in here? Okay, so Marinade Finance it's been around for a while. I'm staking here as well. And I staked 5 SOL so far. And you can see down here at the bottom, the active staking accounts. The yield on this one, if you can see in the top right-hand corner, it's 6.47%. So it's letting you know what the active APY is on this one. Another dApp, which I found very interesting, which I used later, is called Lulo. And I like this one. I like this one a lot. I actually wish I put this in my video. It's dynamically investing. Now, the mechanisms, I don't know too much about it, but it is changing the source of which it's getting its rate from. Down here at the bottom, if I scroll down, you can see live rates. And you can see that it's adjusted to the most profitable one. Over here, it's 4.37. If I select it, does it give you the name? It gives you the name. I just don't know why it's not showing me here. But it's always going to pick the one that's most profitable for you. So your overall APY goes up. And if you take a look at my chart over here, at the top it tells you my current APY is 4.36, which constantly changes. I'll do a 30-day chart so you can see how dynamic this is. And it lets you know your daily earnings. So is it letting me highlight it? It's constantly changing based on the amount that you put in. So for each platform that I was staking Solana, I put 5 SOL, which at the time was worth $1,000. SOL's gone down to like what's Solana at? I think it's like $130. It's almost half of what I put in. It's horrible. It hurts my heart. Anyways, right now the total value is $711, but it's actively changing my rate. And this should maximize over time to giving me the most amount back while staking. So it's a really interesting app. Again, I found this too late in the game. I wish I was staking with this a long time ago. One of the very first ones I was staking with is called Cudis. It's a software wallet. It was great because I was holding onto SOL for years and I was earning quite a bit over that time. So I'm happy about that. The APY has somewhat gone down since, but it's still a great way to hold. If you're buying Solana in this market that we're in right now, and it's come down a significant amount, and you plan on holding it, I definitely recommend staking, or at least looking at your staking options, because you might as well get something back from it. All right. So that is my staking options. Okay. With the Seeker phone, people have had issues, and I've gotten a lot of feedback. And what I want to do is share some of that feedback with you. Some people have had different techniques to get around the way these categories are filling. So I'll pop that up on the screen. Let me get rid of some of these. If you're new to the channel, please smash the like button. It helps me reach as many people as possible. So if you're watching right now, if you don't mind hitting the like, I think this will be useful to a lot of people, and hopefully we can reach them if they're on their computer right now. All right, how am I going to share this? All right, so this is the first one that I received. Sorry, I'm going to move things around here. Okay, so this is from Dex Chad. And one of the ways that he's using his Seeker phone in order to get these categories filled was to review 3 dApps daily, download 3 dApps daily, and use the dApps at least 10 minutes a day. Okay, so this could be useful, and I actually think this is true based on what I did last week. However, to the average person, is it realistic to download 3 dApps every single day and review 3 dApps every single day? I don't think so, but that seems to sort of be the path that you might have to go in order for you to complete these tasks. He gives a screenshot of his down here at the bottom. He's also saying to make sure that screen is set to 30 minutes. So I think this is going to be the auto shut-off feature. If you set it to 30 minutes and you have a dApp running, this could be useful because the dApp is running and it's live and it's active. So it should work towards it. Not 100% sure, but that's a really good technique. All right, so shout out to Dex Chad. I'll bring up the next one. Okay, and this is from Super Soul, and totally different experience. I've done about 3 reviews a week, 3 new apps, 1 transaction a day, a few minutes in the app store, and just organic playing games, managing apps, yields, and yep, that works. So the apps and yields, especially if you are staking, those transactions when they're paying out your staking rewards, they happen multiple times a day. Which definitely helps with the wallet activity. What he's saying is he's done 3 reviews a week and installed 3 new apps. For me, that's not my experience. For me, I've installed as much as 20 in a week for me just to get that ticker moving. But I think other people have different experiences. So if that's not your experience, great. But you might be running into some issues, and if you are, I'm trying to give some suggestions for that. However, Super Soul seems like he's having a great, wonderful experience. Congratulations to him. Unfortunately, I'm not in that boat. Let's take a look at another one. All right, this one's from Heinz Arnold. Okay, again, he's saying that it's a bit easy. Spend 10 to 15 minutes in a dApp daily, try a new dApp, see the featured ones. Using the featured ones is definitely useful. So anytime there's a new featured or recommended dApp in the dApp store, I go ahead and install it. He's made some swaps using Jupiter, dBridge, and he also uses Moonwalk, and that should fill it. So that wasn't my experience again. Maybe this will work for you. That's another recommendation. Got a couple more to share with you guys. Try to go through them a little bit quicker. Don't want to waste your time. Okay. Yeah, write genuine reviews. As long as they play a couple games like Mattle, Only Farms, they actually become a little addicted. Yeah, they do get addictive to categories that fill up pretty quick. I'm experiencing that as well. Some of the ones do fill up pretty quickly, like DApp usage and wallet usage. About 5 transactions per week to fill up the total. Filled all 3 categories. Kept Loot Go on all week while I'm working. Okay, so Loot Go is another great one because while you're walking and doing whatever you're doing, you can have this app running in the background, and you're getting DApp time, as well as you can get rewards in Loot Go, so that's fun. It's unsustainable unless you delete apps and re-download them. Yes, I agree with that. It definitely seems unsustainable in order for you to do this. I have quite a few dApps installed. I might have to start uninstalling them because I have most of the dApp store installed on my phone. What else is he saying here? But in fairness, to keep the momentum going is pretty easy. I've been pretty negative on the Seeker. Been immune to. Okay, yeah. So it is definitely a great business model. If you want people to be active and interactive and using your product, it is a really good marketing scheme. However, it is a bit tiring, at least in my position, to repeat a lot of these actions. Also, I gotta say, not a lot of the dApps are fun. Like, I've been in the dApp store and they're just clones of other things, or they're just, you're using a Chrome browser rather than the dApp itself. It's a little bit exhausting, so I agree with that. All right, what else do we got here? Best to start grinding for the week by Friday or Saturday prior to the new week. Okay, I think I understand what's happening over here. So I am noticing that my activity on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doesn't seem to update as quickly as it does on Monday to Thursday. So this is just my experience. But using dApps, reviewing them, and doing everything else that you're going to do in the dApp store seems to count a lot more if you do it between Monday and Thursday versus the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I believe that's what's happening over here. Sunday seems to be the worst day to do anything. So, and then you're also shooting a Hail Mary because you're trying to fill it out and you're going to get a surprise on Monday, whether it works out or not. All right. And this is Hashcode Life. I've only installed 4 dApps. Spent some time in them in stores, just scrolling through. Somehow it filled in new things and in-store activity. I might have to drop 1 review too. But after using multiple dApps, sadly the dApp usage did not fill up for me. Okay, so he seems like he's getting the same thing. And this is basically, so he's using these 4, which is great. It definitely seems like you're going to have to use more than just the dApps you're using all the time. They really want you to try new things. So installing new dApps, unfortunately, it'll get tiring after a while, especially when you're in it for about, I think we're in week 10. Are we in week 10? We're in quite a few weeks so far. So that's a lot of dApps that you're going to have to install over a period of time. Is this sustainable? I don't really know. Is the supposed airdrop going to be worth it? Again, I don't know that either. I have to remind people that if you check out the Seeker account, they never officially announced an airdrop. So that airdrop for the Seeker token, there's going to be a Seeker token that's going to be released. That's 100%. They've stated that. The tokenomics for it have not been released. And an airdrop has never been publicly announced by the team, but it's been announced by everybody else. So there's a lot of assumptions that we're going into right now by doing all this work. I hope it's worth something. They did say in the white paper that you do have to fill out a lot of categories in order for you to qualify for rewards with the Seeker token, but they didn't explicitly state airdrop. Just want to put that out there, just so everyone's aware of it. And the reason why I'm stating that is because I know your time is precious, and this device is a very time-consuming device, especially if you're trying to complete all the categories. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. So this is small.sol. Same here. Nothing budged on Sunday. Remained incomplete till Monday. Yes, I'm noticing that the rings, if they are going to update, they wait till Monday to update. So that's fun. You don't really know where you are. I wish this thing would live update. So if you're doing things on your phone, it would update live. That would be great. Even if it was delayed by like an hour or two, that would be great. But we're talking like 24 hours at some point for it to actually update. I'm not a fan of that. They don't seem to update regularly. Yeah, complete your by Friday. So he's talking about it as well. You want to try to complete as much as you can by Friday. That's really good advice. I think that's helpful. Whatever you're doing on Saturday and Sunday doesn't really seem to count for much. All right, and I got one more over here. Pop it up. Okay, so he's saying that I don't have to use 7 hours of usage and 22 reviews. It can take a lot less effort. That's the reason why I did that, is so I could record. I started the week off with my regular usage, which wasn't amounting to much. No, just so people have a reference to this, I put out a series of YouTube shorts daily showing my app usage and what was happening with my Seeker phone. And I was logging everything. I put the amount of dApps I installed, the amount of usage I was giving, and how many reviews. And during the first 3 or 4 days, I kept it somewhat consistent. And this is like reasonable usage, but it wasn't doing anything. So then what I really had to do in order for me to fill out these categories is I really had to dial it up, and I cranked up my usage. And by the end of the week, I was at 22 reviews, 20 dApps installed, over 7 hours of usage, and I had a ton of wallet transactions. And that was, for me, yes, it might have been a bit extreme, but that was what was required during that week for me to fill out all 3 categories. So yeah, again, this is my experience. I have a friend, Raptor Mining, who is having the exact opposite experience. He's able to fill out all 3 categories with very little effort. Congratulations to him. And there's a lot of people that are like him that are not having the same problem that I am. And so it sort of seems to be a little bit split. Okay. So I think I just covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So we did the open box for the Play Solana, which is right over here. Let me switch it back over here. So we did the open box. We took a look at it. If you're joining the stream a little bit late and you didn't see that, you can skip back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have an edited down version of this video just to get to the highlights and the nitty gritty, because I'm sure there's some key points that people might like. If there's anything that you have that you want to contribute, if there's games that you recommend, let me know in the comments below. If there's dApps that you're using, let me know in the comments below. I was reviewing some dApps before. I'm still actively trying them out. I got to say, not all the dApps are great. That's why I had paused some of my reviews, because it's hard to find the good ones. But let me know in the comments below what you're using, because that would be great. Also, if you can let me know what country you're from. I'm supposed to say this at the beginning of the stream. If you can let me know what country you're from, that would be great, because I'm planning on doing live streams once a day a week, and I'm trying to figure out where people live and what time I should be doing my live stream. So understanding where you guys live, if you're watching right now, that would be helpful. Let me know in the comments. And then I think a lot of people are actually on X that are watching. But if you're on X or on YouTube, let me know down below, and that'll be useful for me. So I can set up a live stream and talk about not just Solana and Solana devices, but I'm heavily into nodes, and I love Deepin. I'm in a lot of Deepin projects. One new Deepin project that I just jumped into is called 4D Sky. That one is That one's growing fairly quickly, and their hardware selling out pretty good. When I'm saying selling out, they Helium Deploy, who supplies me with some devices, did a drop and it sold out immediately. I think it was like less than an hour of 200 units. So a lot of people are interested in that. I'll be doing a follow-up on it if you want to know more about it. One thing that I forgot to mention is I was staking, because I went in right into the apps, but another staking mechanism that I'm using is Mexc. Mexc is an exchange. It's a centralized way of staking. You will get a better APY with this one. However, you have to KYC in order to stake. So that's a con. Also, it's on an exchange, which could be another con. So it's not in your custody. You're giving up custody of your tokens. I wanted to mention that. Although the APY is great, and I use Mexc a lot, there's a trust factor in there, especially if you have to KYC. So I just wanted to put that out there. All the apps that I talked about are linked down below. They have referral links. So you might get a benefit out of using the referral link, and I might get something back as well. If you want to use them, go ahead. If not, find another way. That's all good. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So if you thought the stream was useful, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Let me know. Smash that like button. It helps me grow. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll do this next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.